Namaskar and very good morning to viewers. Viewers, today I, Dr. Renu Tomar, is going to talk about reforming assessment. On this topic, we shall be discussing the administrative aspect of the examination systems. Along with that, we shall also be dealing with the academic, that is the question paper format as well as preparation of question paper. So, we shall be discussing about all the aspects which are important as far as assessment is concerned. Viewers, this is very important nowadays, particularly the reason being that assessment has become a very important parcel. The COVID-19, which has made us do the online learning, which has asserted the online learning, and the online learning makes it mandatory for us that we should be looking at assessment in an objective manner, reforming it so that in future we shall be able to do assessment keeping in view the time saving as well as keeping in view the fact that the education as well as learning can happen on the online platform as well. So, keeping all these aspects in view today, friends, I shall be talking about reforming assessment. What is examination system? Why is it so important to talk about assessment? As far as examination system is concerned, all the educational institutions are to confer the certificates or degrees on the people who fulfill the requisite qualification or condition. Examination agencies or the divisions of the university are the one who are responsible for it. As they are responsible for conferring the certificate or degrees on the pupil, that makes it mandatory for them to understand not just the learning objective, not just apply the learning objective for the assessment purpose, but also see to it that the assessment is objective, fair, as well as per the expectation of the objective or the student. Because it is usually seen that the learning objectives are not fulfilled in the classes. The result is that the students who pass out from the school education or from the higher education, they do have degrees with them, but they don't have learning. Why? The reason is that the education system is basically focused on rectification or memorization, and the result is because we are structured in such a manner that we are focused on memorization, so we are not attaining the learning objective. This thing makes more important that we should be considerate about the evaluation system. We should be considering the reforming the evaluation system in such a manner that the assessment is as per the expected learning outcome. And if the assessment is as per the learning outcome, then friends, it will be mandatory for all of us, those who are involved in the learning process, that is the teachers or the policy framers or those who are creating the learning resources, all of us would be held responsible, and because we will feel responsible, then we would be trying to focus on the learning objective. So friends, looking at this angle of the education, we are going to discuss the examination system. Friends, whenever we talk about a system, particularly the examination system, the administrative aspect also becomes very important. What does examination system do? May it be the CBSE or any other examination system, they are designated to print and prepare the question papers, and those question papers are sent to the various centers. Those centers make the student appear in the examination and attempt those question paper. After the students have attempted the question paper, the answer sheets are again transported to designated centralized evaluation centers, and marks of each subject received from the designated evaluation centers are integrated into the mark sheets of students. So this is what examination system is. Now the question is that what are the reforms which are required as far as examination system is concerned. Friends, first of all we shall be discussing about the administrative aspect of the examination system and what is required of the examination system. Examination system is required to maintain the accuracy as well as completion in limited time, to facilitate timely declaration of result. This is something which is mandatory of the system. That means that it is going to require huge logistic support. The huge logistic support would be in the form of manpower who are engaged directly or indirectly in the examination system. Directly engaged are the people who are working in those systems or in those agencies. Indirectly are the people who are providing their services in form of invigilators, in form of observers, in form of paper setters. So they are the people who are providing their services and also engaged in the examination system. Now it's high time that we shall be talking about the system. That means how to reform the system, how to plan management of the division. We need to discuss about the manpower planning. We need to discuss about that how examination objectives should be at the center, and we shall be utilizing the various resources which are available to us so that those objectives of the examination can be achieved. What are the examination objectives? Examination objectives as far as the administrative processes is concerned, we have discussed just now, that is to facilitate students and to ensure the credibility of the assessment system, that is examination work. To improve the delivery of this examination system, we have to learn that how technology can be used, how we can plan the examination system keeping in view that technology can become a very important factor as to facilitate the assessment system. Apart from that, we shall also be bothered about the fact that how the manpower is being adequately used. Friends, usually whenever we talk about manpower management, it is seen at 2 points. One is planning management for manpower as well as manpower planning. What is manpower planning? Manpower planning means that we need to have the right proportion of people which are required for any division or any system or any organization to run. Secondly, what is planning management for manpower? Planning management means that we should strive to have not just right number and right kind of people at the right place, but we shall be engaging the person in such a manner that he is delivering his best, which should result in both organizational and individual, giving the maximum long-term benefits. So both these agendas have to be at the centers of the managers or the administrators who are engaged in the systems or the evaluation processes. That means that whenever we talk about examination department, then that means that we are basically dealing with the people who come from the outside, usually the paper setter, the examiners, the moderators. They are the people who come from the outside. They are providing the support from the outside. Then we have the preparation and publication of schedule of examination, conduct of examination, and evaluating the performance of the candidates. Assessing that, declaration of result. This is something which is being done by the people who are inside the system. So they are basically responsible for applying the promotion policies, applicable ordinances or regulations for awarding degrees or certificates. Whenever we talk about the system, we should be bothered about, we should be worried about that how to get the higher growth and better services, because that should be at the center of any system, may it be the examination system. So for higher growth and better service and cost reduction, as well as improving the image of the organization, weak areas are to be identified so that changes and reforms can be initiated. There are two critical areas which we should concentrate as to improve that system. One is at the procedural aspect. That is, when we talk about the procedural aspects, friends, mean the procedures we have just talked about, from the formatting the question paper to the declaration of result. Whenever we talk about procedural aspect, there are the two aspects which are very important for any system to be successful. One is organization of work, second is prompt service. And because examination systems are the service providing agencies, so they have to be bothered about not just organization of work but also be bothered about prompt services. Whenever we talk about organization of work, that means we have to organize the division, branches, sections in such a manner that the employees are delivering their best. So it's not just the reorganization of divisions or sections, we also need to do reorganization of employees as per their interest, as per their aptitude, as per their education, as per their training. Most important aspect is that once we have got the system in place, we have to create the well-defined job responsibilities for each section, each personnel, may it be the officer or the staff, and that duties have to be delegated in such a manner that the autonomy, accountability comes along with the deadlines or timelines. Scheduling of the work is very important, and the most important aspect of any organization is SOPs, that is standard operating procedures. If they are framed in place and if they are being followed along with the timelines, then naturally the organization will be yielding the best possible result. Most important aspect of any examination system is that it should be able to utilize MIS in the best possible manner, that is Management Information System. Because the technology has become such an important aspect of day-to-day life as well as every system, it is very important that we utilize technology, and if we want to utilize technology, it will definitely result in maintenance of proper records. It will also help in speedy disposals and transparency as far as financial transactions is concerned, as far as record management is concerned. Friends, we usually in administration we talk about standing orders. It is usually seen that in absence of standing orders, the people are confused about their responsibility. People are confused about their autonomy or accountability. So standing orders have to be in place. Only that will result in discipline and controlling mechanism. That will result in the positive as well as vibrant work culture and professional behavior. Whenever we talk about work culture and professional behavior, friends, this means that the work culture should be positive. The positive work culture would mean that there is reward system, there is also the discipline in the division, in the organization, in the section. And to maintain the discipline along with the reward, we have to have punishment. If we don't have punishment, then naturally no organization will run. In fact, not just the human behavior, the behavior of animals is also governed by the fact, conditioned by the fact that we have to have reward along with the punishment. Only then the individuals realize that what is right and what is wrong. And because humans are supposed to be the intelligent of all beings, intelligent of all animals. So, if we provide them autonomy, then there is nothing wrong in it. But if we have to provide them autonomy in their working, that also means that we have to give them access and understanding of the information. If they understand their work properly, if they understand what is to be done, if they understand what kind of reward and discipline are involved, then naturally disseminating of information to the stakeholders would be easy for the staff, for the officers, for the people involved in the examination system. Friends, we also talked about prompt service. Prompt service, as I stated, is very important from the aspect of the fact that examination system is time-bound service, and because it is time-bound service, the individuals as well as the system has to orient oneself in such a manner that they are able to provide time-bound service. For this, of course, as we have discussed, that technology should be used, how technology can be used, and what part this technology can play. Whenever we talk about technology, it means that web-based information should be there for all stakeholders. Apart from that, technology should be used to assimilate as well as disseminate the information. The identified thrust areas as far as the prompt service is concerned, the identified problem areas where the corrective measures need to be taken as far as the system is concerned. First, whenever we talk about the services of the examination system, first of all, the most important aspect is setting of question paper. Hence, because the question papers are being set for the vast number of examinees, so it is very important that the quantity of question paper, the quantum is going to be huge. We have to be concerned about the quality aspect of the question paper. Usually, the traditional paper setting procedures, which are the providing the syllabi to the teachers and having the question paper and getting that question paper delivered to the student and getting them assessed on the same question paper, results in repetition of questions paper and just test the students for information and recall. Whereas, whenever we talk about students, it's very important that we are testing them for the analytical skills of the students. We shall also be discussing about the question setting of question paper. We shall also be discussing about the academic aspect of the setting of question paper. We would be discussing in great detail about the objective type question paper setting. But before that, we would be talking about the administrative aspects. For administrative aspect, we need to understand that if we need to address the quality of the students, if we want to evaluate students not just on the information and recall system, but we also want to evaluate them on the analytical skills, then it becomes mandatory for us, it becomes important for us that we have the question bank. What is question bank? Question bank means having, it's a platform for the wider participation of experts. As per the Bloom taxonomy, the question bank usually leads to better quality questions. It tests abilities desired in professionally and technically students. So, whenever we talk about even the school system, friends, now let me go back to NEP 2020. What are the expectations of the NEP 2020? NEP 2020 is expecting even from the school education system that students should be evaluated on the skill, the students should be evaluated on the application, students should be evaluated on the critical reasoning. If they are the criteria, they are going to be the criteria for the assessment of the school education system, then the question bank kind of become mandatory. Question bank would mean that we have lot many questions and the questions are being set not just only as per the curriculum, the distribution of marks as far as the curriculum is concerned, but also it is being framed as per the expectations, that is the kind of questions which are expecting. To just give you an example, the information based questions, if they are pre-decided that we are going to have information based question only 60% or 40%, then we can have the analytical questions for 30%, then we can have skill based questions 40 plus 30, 70, then 30 again, that means the 20 would be skill based and then 10 would be application based. So with this kind of a division, as far as the Bloom taxonomy is concerned, considering the Bloom taxonomy, the question bank will yield the better quality of questions and as well as the chances of repetition of questions would also decline. They will also be lessened. So friends, this is very important that we are working on creating the question banks appropriately as well as looking at the aspect that the question bank does address the requirement of the policy, that is NEP 2020, as well as it addresses the expectations of the system, may it be the school education system, may it be the higher education system. ICT, generally if we involve the technology in the question paper setting also, then we can have quite many sets also. Sets can be created within minutes. So to create sets within minutes, we can have the automated system in place, and that automated system can work as far as the students are concerned. So friends, whenever we talk about automated system, that means that we would be talking about the system working from the registration of students till the degree or the certificate delivery. So whenever we talk about the delivery of degree or the certificate delivery, we have to understand that how technology can be incorporated in the system and what are the various aspects on which technology can be woven in such a manner that it improves the system, it improves the quality of the question papers as well as delivery of question paper. It improves the result declaration as well as it facilitates the students during the conduct of examination. So friends, when we talk about automation, this will also help. The most important thing that it will also help in reducing the human interventions. And if the human intervention is reduced, then naturally the system would be in place, as well as the important aspect is that the things would be the things would be more systematized and fair and transparent, as well as away from the corrupt practices. So friends, it's very important that we utilize technology. For utilizing technology, it's very important that we have to have the human resource management in place. Another important aspect which we have discussed, that we as an examination system are bothered more about, are centered about the prompt services. So we shall be utilizing our technology in such a manner that we provide the prompt services to the students. Another important aspect when we talk about using technology is that we should use the technology in such a manner that the information can become available to all stakeholders, and we should also be responsible for involving, if there are certain corrective measures required, then those corrective measures can all easily be incorporated by utilizing technology. Friends, another important aspect is that whenever we are going to utilize technology for the manpower management, we can use technology, because if technology is being used for the manpower, it can be utilized in such a manner that it not just facilitate the human variable, but it also controls the human variables. Controlling human variable mean that whenever we are utilizing technology, the person becomes accountable as well as become fast in one's working, and would be professional as far as the behavior is concerned, and that also results in the work culture. So friends, it's not just the utility of the technology as far as system is concerned, but also the most important aspect is that we work at improving the work culture, making it professional, having the information assessed by all the administrative staff, and have the information disseminated to all stakeholders. Friends, on this note, I will take your leave. I shall be joining you soon as to discuss that how automated system is to be run, how the question papers are to be formatted, what important aspects we have to keep in mind while creating the question paper, particularly the objective type one. So friends, have a good day. Namaskar.